Welcome to Lapis Moon Tarot. We just had a full moon in the sign of Virgo, and I thought I would just shuffle my cards and see if there are any messages that want to come through during this time. Full moons are really great at illuminating and shedding light on different aspects of our journey, our place, our situation, and kind of highlighting what either needs to be addressed or fixed or what needs to be let go of. So this is a great opportunity to do a ritual where we are letting go of things that no longer serve us. And with the sign of Virgo, Virgo is very detail oriented. They are very meticulous. They know how to look at the minute details of a situation, of a space, and organizing them in a way that makes sense, in a way that, brings order to chaos. They're very good at planning as well. And so they rule the sixth house. The sixth house is about routines, it's about your health, it's about being effective as well in the way you organize your life. So this might be a great opportunity to do some releasing with things that are causing you, let's say, chaos or causing disruptions or not allowing you to focus on what your plans are. But also the flip side of Virgo is to not let yourself be harsh, with yourself and others when it comes to how you want things organized. If things don't go your way, if it doesn't work out, to allow yourself that flexibility, not to be so hard on yourself. But then also, yeah, see the merits of those routines, right? So let's just see what messages come out. Wow, full moon in Virgo coming out. You are good enough. And in the reverse. So to me, that's talking about not being so hard on yourself. Having high standards is really great, but not to the point where you're almost limiting yourself, or that self-criticism, that ruminating thought going through your mind where you're almost paralyzed because you won't try anything because you've got such high standards that if you don't meet them, you feel like you failed. And look at that, communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Now, both Virgo and Gemini are ruled by Mercury. So it's really aligned right now. So that communication is key. How you think about yourself, how you even talk to yourself. And because we're talking about Virgo in the reverse here, I'm going to link these two cards and say, this is specifically calling out, how do you talk to yourself? What is your internal monologue like? And perhaps that's the detail that we should focus on for this full moon. So we are going to examine the root cause of why we are so hard on ourselves. Is it perfectionism? Is it stemming from childhood? Is it societal pressures? Do you feel you have to do everything? Do you not delegate? What is the reason? What is the root cause? And to address it and let it go. Make that intention, right? And we can't heal everything overnight, that's for sure. But we can absolutely make strides when we recognize what is the cause of our behavior and start identifying and shedding light on them, like this full moon is asking us to do, and then taking it one step at a time. Six of Wands in the reverse, not wanting the limelight, wanting to shy away, not wanting to be center stage or viewed. And again, I feel like it's because you have this harsh judgment of yourself and you feel you're not good enough, and you're afraid that if you step out and others see you, that they'll judge you harshly too. But I can tell you this right now, you are your own worst critic. Temperance, yes, in the reverse, out of balance. So that's the other thing about Virgo, is that those routines keep us in balance. When you are set in what you do during your day, how you wake up, that sets the tone for the rest of your day. So if you're waking up and you're stressed and you're going for your phone right away and doom scrolling or whatever it is that you do, that sets the tone for the rest of the day as well. Whereas if you wake up and the first thing you do is perhaps journal things that you're grateful for, maybe you take a shower where you make intention that you're going to cleanse your energy and you're going to attract only the best situations and the best, people to aid you along with your day or to aid you along with your projects, whatever the intention is. Then you eat nourishing food for your breakfast. That sets a tone for the rest of the day. And so those minute changes in your routine end up having big impacts on how you see yourself, how you feel, what you're able to accomplish. So there's a call out here about being out of balance. The Empress in reverse, yeah, not seeing yourself clearly. You're this abundant, attractive, feminine energy in this world. And it doesn't matter if you identify as a man or a woman. So in the upright, the Empress, feminine energy in the material world, she is abundant, she is resourceful, she is attractive. A lot of times she's depicted as being pregnant, so bringing in either new life or new ideas into the world. She doesn't have to hustle hard, you know what I mean? She doesn't judge herself harshly. She understands her value, and her value isn't only in productivity or having everything perfect or orderly. Her value also comes from just being an innately creative being on this world. And because of that, she attracts the right situations, the right partnerships. She's able to bring about her creations into this world. That gives me a lot of earth energy as well. Look at that Queen of Wands. Every card is in the reverse. Being out of passion, the Queen of Wands is a great manifester. She works with fire energy. She works with her creative center, her sacral chakra. She is bold and courageous and goes after her dreams and whatever lights her up. But in the reverse, feeling almost like you're being drained, blocked from your creativity, unable to see that you are this queen, this empress, that you are meant for so much more, and to have the courage to go after it. That's what I was saying. Yes, look at that, the Nine of Swords, confirming all in your head with the way that you talk to yourself, the way that you feel about yourself, the way that you think about yourself. Look at all these swords coming at her head. Not being able to sleep, being, anxious, depressed, having negative thoughts, having intrusive thoughts coming through. This is a big call out that it's time to release that patterning. It almost becomes like an addiction, because you're so used to it. It becomes part of this routine. Like, okay, it's nighttime, so now I'm going to go to bed, and then I'm going to think of all the things I failed at today, or all the things I could have done and didn't do, and I'm going to be super hard on myself, and then I'm going to feel bad about myself, and then it's just a cycle. And then I'm not going to sleep well, and then I'm going to wake up, and then I'm not going to eat a healthy breakfast or do things that are going to improve my mood, and I'm just going to go through the day and still feel like I've fallen short of all my goals or what I expect from myself. And then it just becomes this terrible self-fulfilling prophecy of negativity. And so if anything, this full moon is an opportunity to change that routine, to start healthier, little steps. I'm not saying an overhaul of your life. Nobody can do that overnight. It's just little steps. Maybe the first thing we don't do when we wake up is to reach for a phone. Maybe that's not the last thing we look at before bedtime. The Beloved, number 11 coming out here. And love. Wow, 11 and 12, so synchronized. Rose coming out here in the reverse. That feels like you need self-love. And the Beloved here, this is interesting. We've got Venus and Mercury coming through here. Let's go read that one from the book. That feels like the Lovers are coming through here. But I almost want to feel like it's calling out that you should be your own biggest champion. You should fulfill yourself. You should fill that cup. Look at these angel wings in the background. It's like a blessed union, almost like with your higher self, with your soul. Let's see what it says. Magnetism, attraction, kindred spirits, soulmates, relationships, intimacy, sacred play, finding the beloved within. Finding the beloved within. That's, yes, absolutely, guidance. Damiana represents the universal principle of the beloved within relationships and within ourselves. The alchemy of polarity is what we're made of, and this integration of opposites is that which births the beloved. This card represents the journey of coming together and reuniting within oneself, a lover, friend, family member, or any important person. in your life. You are in an important period. You are in an important period of making choices and establishing healthy boundaries, especially with those you'd like to depend on and expand, or those you feel the need to shed or distance yourself from. Damiana reminds us of the importance of shaking off rigidity that often depletes creative reserves and sacred play. If you feel unsatisfied and emotionally unavailable even to those whom you love, take the time to be in solitude and nourish your creative centers. Often separation becomes the basis to reunite once again in a higher frequency. True self-love is the key to lasting relationships with others, and most importantly with yourself. Yes, absolutely, and especially with this rose love coming through in the reverse too. It's like let's be gentle with ourselves. Let's show ourselves compassion. Let's show ourselves that love, that care, that nurture that we are often giving to others. You're depleted, my dear, with this Empress in the reverse as well. Your nurture and your care. Let's get you some self-care oracle as well. Two cards have come out here. I've got build strength and hydrate. That routine, this could be the way as well to get out of the routine of before bedtime, having these ruminating thoughts, having negative thoughts about yourself. You know, you create serotonin when you work out. You might get actually tired enough to fall asleep, like physically tired, because that's a part of it too, right? With these modern lives, you know, a lot of times we're sitting at a desk all day long, we're then sitting on the couch in front of a TV. We're not exerting our bodies the way that they're meant to be, and that really affects our sleep as well. So perhaps getting into that routine and something, this really feels like building strength. This is not like just aerobics. This is weightlifting. This is something that really truly builds muscle mass, you know, builds strength. It could be Pilates or yoga as well. But to me, I feel weightlifting would be really therapeutic for you. To balance things out as well. And it builds confidence too, you know, as you progress in your weight categories, right? So, and as a woman, you know, it could be that you have certain ideas of what weight building or weightlifting can do. And I can assure you, it is very difficult for a woman to build the type of muscle mass where you see sometimes, you know, shown on social media. And if that's what's dissuading you from pursuing that, please don't be dissuaded, because it takes many, many hours and a very strict diet in order to get that kind of lean muscle mass. And a six-pack in a woman, it's just, our bodies are not meant to look that way necessarily. And our hormones, when they are balanced, you know, we are just meant to have more curvier looks. And so depending on your body type. And so if that's something that's holding you back from doing weightlifting, I'm just pointing it out, that it would take many, many hours and a very strict diet to even do that to your body. But this, you will gain so much benefit from just doing weightlifting. And the hydrate, again, talking about taking care of your body. Nourishing your body is so important. Hydration is so important to sleep as well, to your skincare, to all of the processes that your body requires. We are made up mostly of water, 70%. And so we need to constantly hydrate. Let's get you a little bit more. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. Yeah, little steps towards a big outcome. We're not talking about an overhaul of your life. This could just be weights at home. This could be following YouTube videos, you know, someone doing weightlifting at home. The hydration is so simple, you know, buy yourself a water bottle that you really like, or if you have one already, and just fill it with water and have it with you everywhere in the house or wherever you're going. And so when you see it, you're reminded to take a sip. And sometimes that visual cue really helps as well with hydration. Final message. Camellia, peace. Be calm and calm will come. Yeah, it feels back to this. You know, when you're in an agitated state, you attract more agitation. So that self-care, that calm, that self-compassion, self-nurture, it'll go a long way and you will attract more of that, you know, flipping this Empress right side up where you are now, this attractive feminine energy, and you're bringing in all of your desires, your goals, your correct partnerships, the resources you need to bring about your creative endeavors in this life. But take care of yourself first. You know, again, with this water here, nourishing, it's cup energy because it's emotional, but to me, it feels like it's also growing these plants. Like you got to nourish where you are. You got to nourish yourself. You're the root of it first. Taking good care of yourself first. I hope this has helped, and I'll see you on my next reading.